Former President George W. Bush today called Dick Cheney a calm and steady presence in the White House and said his death is a loss to the nation.
Cheney died last night of pneumonia and heart disease. He was 84. Major Garrett has the story of the 46th and arguably most powerful vice president of the United States.
In 2000, Dick Cheney was asked by George W. Bush to pick his running mate. In one of the more curious and consequential searches in modern political history, Cheney's name rose to the top of the list.
He really wanted me to come on board because he thought I could help govern, be part of his team, and that he wanted me involved in everything.
Cheney would become highly influential in both domestic and foreign policy, pushing tax cuts at home and military power abroad. A lifelong Republican, Cheney turned against Donald Trump after he denied the 2020 election results, calling him a threat to the republic. He endorsed Kamala Harris in last year's election. Born in 1941 in Nebraska and growing up in Wyoming, Cheney married his high school sweetheart, Lynn, with whom he had 2 daughters. Cheney wielded power and influence for decades, the youngest White House chief of staff in history at age 34, 6 terms in the House of Representatives.
I take this obligation freely.
As defense secretary in the George H.W. Bush administration, Cheney oversaw a decisive U.S. victory in the first Gulf War. In 2000, Cheney joined the Republican ticket.
This election is about real choices, that we are talking about the future of our nation.
The September 11, 2001 attacks, a defining moment for the Bush White House. As the U.S. went to war in Afghanistan, Cheney's power grew as he pushed hard for war in Iraq.
There is no doubt that Saddam Hussein now has weapons of mass destruction.
Weapons of mass destruction were never found. American forces began a long, deadly occupation, and over time, public opinion soured.
George Bush has got to go!
Late in Bush's second term, Cheney made headlines when he accidentally shot an associate while quail hunting on a Texas ranch. Cheney would suffer 5 heart attacks across his 84 years. He received a new heart in 2012.
You wake up every morning with a smile on your face because you've got a new day you never expected to have.
Dick Cheney, soft-spoken, unyielding, keenly interested in power, became one of the most forceful and influential vice presidents in American history.
What kind of reaction has there been to his passing from the White House and the president?
Well, befitting the frosty relationship, Maurice, between this White House and the Cheneys, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said President Trump was aware of Cheney's passing, but as yet, no White House release or social media post about Cheney's death. We point that out because the president has issued many other statements on his Truth Social account today. The White House did lower flags to have staff this morning, but took pains to explain that that gesture was done strictly in accordance with federal law.